people who pledged to follow precedent overturned a law signed by Teddy Roosevelt in 1907, proposed and backed by you-know-who, Fighting Bob LaFollette. Fighting Bob. It's been the law of the land for 100 years that corporations cannot use their treasuries to directly impact elections. It's always been the law for 100 years. 1947, the conservatives weren't very happy that they were the only ones limited, so they managed to get through a provision in the Taft-Hartley Act that said unions couldn't do it either. And so it continued. And it was understood that that was impossible to do in American politics. That's why they were looking for other ways to do it. That's why they wanted to use this soft money scam. Court case after court case after court case reaffirmed that these statutes were valid and a foundation of our system of government. But what did these 5 justices say? They said, oh, actually, we went back and checked with the founders of the country. And the founders apparently believed that corporations were exactly the same as us, that a corporation has every right the same as us, and therefore you cannot restrict their ability to buy elections. That's what they concluded. It is a lawless decision by our highest court. But four justices disputed it, led by John Paul Stevens. A 90-year-old justice, in his last major decision, went up to the bench, and they usually just announce these decisions. He made these guys listen to him for 20 minutes as he summarized his brilliant 80-page decision, disputing that the corporations are the same as us. They are not the same as us. They do not have the same rights as all of us. And that decision is wrong on the law and wrong for America and an enormous danger to the political process as we go forward. Now, it's a Supreme Court. It's a court case. How can you get people to understand and feel what this means for them? Well, I've been amazed at my town meetings. People who I thought would never want to bring up this subject saying, what in the heck was that court decision? Across the board, even Tea Party people think it's a bad decision. And all you got to tell people is this is what it now means. If you go down the street and go into, let's say, a BP gas station, and you buy 10 gallons of gas, that money can now, for the first time in 100 years, be immediately placed on television to defend candidates who defend big oil and big insurance companies and the pharmaceutical industry. That's what it means. I mean, what do they want? They want us to start picking Democrat toothpaste companies and Republican toothpaste companies? That's what we're going to have to do. That's what we're going to have to do. If the law says that corporations can use your money to directly influence elections. Now we're trying to do something about this mess. We can only go so far in the Congress because it's a constitutional decision. But we're trying to pass something. We got 59 votes. We need one more, called the Disclose Act. It's a pretty weak tea. It doesn't even deal with the danger of foreign money coming in through this decision. It just says that you should have to disclose who you are. So a Exxon can't say we're the family-friendly people. They have to say they're Exxon. I remember when we did McCain-Feingold, what did Mitch McConnell, the #1 friend of the lobbyists in Washington, according to a recent study, he said, well, Russ, John and Russ, you don't understand. All we need here isn't this law banning soft money. We just need disclosure. Okay. Well, he wouldn't even vote for disclosure in this Disclose Act. But I don't want to kid you. Even if we pass it, it's only a tiny step. We need to overturn this decision. We need to overturn this decision. President Obama needs another appointment either in this term or a second term, or this democracy will head dramatically in the wrong direction. We have got to overturn this decision. And as we strategize to do whatever we can do between now and then to limit the effects of this decision, I want you to know that I am committed to this cause because I think it goes to the very core of our democracy.